Alright everybody, welcome, and I am fully aware that it is not Friday or Thursday. I'm actually recording this on a Tuesday since Thanksgiving is messing everything up, and you know what, whatever, we had to get into it. So, now that things are getting pretty close, pretty down to the wire, I'm obviously excited for the end of the season and to stop doing these, but things are making a huge change now. There's no more buys and all sorts of other stuff, but we'll get to that in a second. We got some crazy Thursday games going on. Lions Pack is going to be sweet. 49ers Ravens is like going to be my favorite game of the season, I think. Like, that's going to be so awesome. And then Dolphins Cowboys. Who cares about that really? But the Cowboys kind of have to play on Thanksgiving. It's the same tradition as our Lions, so you got to give it to them. Anyway, a lot of people think the Lions have a chance, and I think they're stupid. The Packers are just going to roll us. Short rest hurts both teams. People are like, "Oh, Aaron Rodgers on short rest. What? Blah blah. What's he gonna? Are you kidding? Like, if anything, it probably favors them because apparently they can just walk on a field and score. The Lions don't. So, and we still have no running game. Did you see how much a running game helps us versus Carolina? I mean, granted they suck at stopping it, but like just having that there, so freaking helpful. And we don't. Our top 4 running backs are injured, so that's great. Anyway, I'm going to pick Cowboys over Dolphins, and I'm having the 49ers over Baltimore, which it's kind of weird how the two different lines are switched, but I totally have the 49ers over the Ravens, and I think that's going to be just sweet as hell. It's going to be so much fun. Eagles-Pats, wow, that's going to be a good game. Man, I have no idea, because the Eagles kind of need to win, and they're pass-happy. And the Pats suck against it. Wow, that's actually a really good game. And it predicts a draw. Oh, I tried predicting a draw last week. It didn't work. Man, I don't know. I'll come back to that. That's who's at home? I guess the Eagles are at home, but I don't know what to do there. Vikes, Falcons. I'll go Falcons. Browns, Bengals. I'll go Bengals. Bucks, Titans. Ooh. Let's see. I guess the Titans are at home, so man, that's a really tough game too. Some really good games this week. I'll come back to that. Panthers, Colts. Come on, Colts. This is like one of your best chances to win. And you're at home. You just have to. The problem is I'm higher on the Panthers than a lot of other people are, just because they have a better offense, even though they have no defense. Which might be good for the Colts, who have a better defense than an offense. So it's like, unfortunately, I'm higher on the Panthers than everyone else, so I feel like I have to pick them, but bloody hell, I'm going to freaking pick the Colts as win, so I'm picking the Colts. Why not? Screw it. I'm only going to do it one more time the rest of the year, so let's make it happen, Colts. Cardinals, Rams. I guess I'll go Rams this time. I know I picked the Cardinals last time, so let's go with the Rams this time, just switching it up. Bills, Jets. Both of these teams suck. So, what the hell? Let's go with the Bills. Why not? Let's go with the Bills. Even though that's actually probably not a good choice. But screw it. Just got to pick something different, something fun. Texans, Jags, I'll go Texans. Bears, Raiders. Since Cutler is now gone, who knows what the hell the Bears are going to do. And I like the Raiders a bit, so I'll pick Raiders. Redskins, Seahawks. This is sad. I'm going to have to pick the Seahawks to win a game. Oh, that's horrible. Broncos, Chargers. I still just can't trust Denver. I just can't. And the Chargers are just supposed to be better. It's just the way I am. I can't get off of that. I can't. The moment is not phasing me. I'm still sticking with the Chargers. Steelers, Chiefs. I got Steelers. And Saints, Giants. I'll take Saints. So that is my picks for the week. And oh crap! The home team, Titans. And what am I going to do? I guess it depends on if Vic or Vince. No, it really doesn't. Vince Young's better than people say he is. Screw it, man. I can't pick that game. And my default option is always home team, but I don't think that. I guess I'll have to pick Patriots. I guess I have to. Whatever. Let's get out of here. Well, let's not click on the Zat. Let's click on this thing. Alright, so now all the buys are over, and some of your leagues may have a fancy little message like this, which you probably are going to have to full screen in order to see. but it says your league's playoffs begin soon. You must make any desired changes to your league's schedule or playoff structure prior to the start of the playoffs. Meaning that in a lot of leagues, once the playoffs start, you're done as far as making trades and stuff like that. Not every league is that way, so you got to make sure once again, I say this in every description, double check your rules, double check how things are going to be going down, stuff like that, because this is prime trading opportunity, and it's going to be interesting looking at garbage on the waiver since it's Tuesday for me and like waiver hasn't cleared yet. I kept it 17 points. Are you kidding me? What a joke! There is no way in hell he's getting 17 points. You've got to be kidding. He got 40 oh my god. That's hilarious. There's no way in hell he's getting 17 against Green Bay. Give me a break. But anyway, now I totally lost my train of thought after having some comedic value in my video here. So yeah, because there's potentially, depending on your league, not going to be any trades after, in some cases, week 13, some cases week 14, and then in some cases, leagues are going to have a playoff game count for 2 weeks, and they take the total of 1 week, add it to the total of next week, and whoever is better over a 2-week span. That also is going to vastly change stuff that you like. So you have to start looking way ahead, as opposed to just week to week like you do for the whole regular season. Now you really have to look for the overall type of thing. So just taking a gander at Michael Crabtree, for example. Games against St. Louis, Arizona, Seattle, and St. Louis again. Those are all really positive, so he's probably going to be on a slight uprise. And even if he hasn't been, that hot, I mean, he's been hot lately, I suppose. Well, no, even then, 4 and 7, and this is a PPR decimal league, so it's even higher here than others. He's probably a guy that you're going to have to, take a look at for a 2-week stint, like St. Louis and Arizona, for example. Actually, no, I think the 2 weeks, 17, 16, and 15, okay, 15 and 14, so Pittsburgh would be in there. Like the final game, the fantasy finals, so to say, Seattle and St. Louis, that's a really good matchup. And a lot of teams, let's just take Green Bay, for example, suppose they run through, they're 14 and 0, they're 15 and 0, are they going to be playing these last couple of games? Maybe not. So, for example, the guy with Aaron Rodgers, who's been dominating using him the whole season, and he gets to the fantasy playoff finals, and maybe Rodgers doesn't play, and he's screwed, and he gets blown out. So, it's just something you got to look for, and something you have to make those decisions a couple weeks in advance, which makes things really, really tough. So, in a lot of cases as well, buys are done. Players who have been injured, they've pretty much been injured. If you have somebody get injured between now and week 15, that's just really unfortunate. So really, if there's somebody on your bench that you're not going to start, like I've been keeping a couple guys just as, insurance or injury insurance, but obviously I'm aware Miles Austin's not going to do a whole lot, though he may if he comes back. I'm only going to hang on to him considering how bad my receiving core is. Mike Thomas is doing nothing, so even though I need receivers, I may as well just ditch him. Janikowski or Hansen, once I evaluate, how I feel on the rest of their schedules, I'm going to ditch them. And you got to just pick up guys that, looking ahead, you might not want to start them yet, but you might want to be starting them down the line, or start making some trades, looking at guys where, let's go with, I guess I'll have to get to that. Well, no, there's one. Where is it? Where's my league with Gore? There we are. Here's my league with Gore. In a similar example to the Aaron Rodgers I just mentioned, at their record and their division, they're already like 5 games ahead, or with tiebreakers 6 games ahead. It's like it's essentially won. Like, it's not official if they theoretically lost every other game and the Seahawks won every other game they have left. Theoretically, it's not locked up, but essentially the division is locked. So, and Gore's been hurt a couple of times throughout the season, so it's like, are they going to rest him up? Are they not? They have a couple of stingy run defenses up there as well, so it's just like, in cases like this, you may want to consider trying to trade a guy like Gore, as good as he really is, and see if you can't get something else that's of equal value or a value that you expect is going to be going higher. I was looking at, well, this is my league in which I don't have anybody from the ZAT in. My other 3 leagues, people in the ZAT are against me, so I can't give away all my secrets. But like in this particular one, I was looking at a way to trade Frank Gore for the guy with Michael Turner, because they've both been fairly equal, and Gore does have a couple tough games, but he does have a couple easy games to run in as well. So it's just like, I was trying to figure, maybe I think Turner's probably going to have a better finish than Gore is. Turner's going to need to work harder to keep his playoff spot, whereas the 49ers might sit some guys. So I also picked up Kendall Hunter, because it would be hilarious if they sit Gore and I still get to use Hunter, who kicks, tail in his place. Just stuff like that. So it's a lot of hard stuff to look for. I think Ray Rice is in one of those positions as well. Well, he's got the Colts, Chargers. I guess Cleveland, Cincinnati. Well, you got to play him in those, though. But, just a handful of guys where should you try and trade him, stuff like that. And I kind of wanted to do an episode like solely on that, but I've already gone on for 11 minutes and haven't really accomplished much of anything yet. So I might have to just do that next week. And just kind of talk about that, because that's really going to be individual basis. I can't say, oh, trade Frank Gore for Michael Turner. Like, you can't just flat out say that, with every league being different and every situation being different, and the team with the other guy, for example, maybe he needs his running back a little bit more and has nothing else, so he's not going to want to lose it, stuff like that. So those are going to be a lot of individual cases, and that's something that people are going to have to search for on their own. And then, as I mentioned, with sometimes you want to look ahead as far as what is actually no, just well, just look at all. As far as what is going to be coming down the line in the future games and stuff like that, since a lot of people like to pick a defense week to week, this is the prime time where you want to look ahead and try and pick a defense that you'll think, oh, in a later week they're going to be really solid, so I might have to pick them up now, because everybody's going to be picking up all the easy to pick defenses each week, for example. So sometimes you got to pick up the guys in which, they might not be good yet, but they'll be good 2 weeks from now, and you got to have them on your roster for that. So it's just something to really look at, since you're not going to be worrying about, like, on that first team I had, where I can easily just drop Mike Thomas. He's been garbage this year. So in theory, I could look at a defense that I might not like for a while and just try and put them on there. Same thing with like running backs or flex plays. If you're weak at the flex, look for something that's going to be a matchup a couple weeks down the line. And probably the best way to do it, in my opinion, is just to click on the defenses and click all, because then you can just get what the teams are. And see, oh, the Giants, here's their remaining schedule. Oof, that's brutal. That's going to suck. They're probably not going to do so hot. Eagles, looking at their remaining schedule, and you just kind of justify, well, Seattle's offense isn't that hot, Miami's isn't that hot, the Jets' offense is terrible, Washington's offense is terrible. So as bad as the Eagles' defense has been, as far as RL football is concerned through the first half, Eagles' defense might be a pretty solid pickup. And you might have to take them now when they're going to be playing New England. No one is going to be playing Eagles defense against New England. They're probably going to be available in a lot of teams, so it might be something to, kind of pick up and look at as far as that's concerned. And on that same note, based on the Monday night game last night, or I guess it might not be last night, they put up a stat that said, hey, the Patriots have the easiest remaining win-loss schedule. So it's looking at their remaining games, there's a lot of, maybe Denver puts up a lot. Miami's a divisional game. They always seem to play them fairly tough. I guess they didn't this year, but usually they do, and, who knows with that. So Buffalo still has Fred Jackson, and Buffalo's really going to be looking for a spot. But at the same time, like, they're all lower than average offensive teams, or at least around average, and against the Colts. You kidding? Everyone's going to want the New England Patriots defense versus the Colts, but that's next week. And this week is versus Philly, when people aren't going to want to play them, so maybe they're worth picking up now, type of thing. So the next few weeks, obviously, now that buys are done, playoffs are right around the corner, things are changing, so you got to start looking at stuff that's ahead, start looking at stuff to trade off, Let's go back to actually what is my team? Oh, this is the my Gore team, Gore and Rice. Stuff like that. Let's see, Steve Smith. I think Steve Smith is probably someone worth picking up. I got to draw. I haven't done any of my weekly moves yet. I haven't dropped anyone or picked anyone up yet because it's still freaking. There's still all this crap. I haven't assessed what I need. I'm doing this way ahead of when I would like to be doing this. Wait, hold on. 15 points here. Oh, 17 in the other league. I was thinking 40, but that's what he got last time. 15 points in stand. That's crazy, man. That's crazy. But everyone's going to be trying to pick him up. I love how they think Ryan Grant's going to suddenly get 15 too. Is Starks hurt maybe? I don't. 1, 1, 1, 2, 4, -1, 0, 9, 3, 4. Oh, he's going to get 15, of course. Whatever. Stupid. Joe McKnight is. I don't know is LT still injured? If he's still injured, then he might be. I don't know. Because they're still freaking. Oh! With AP, I wanted to mention this. With AP being hurt, super secret play of the day. What are you talking about? No matches were found. I have to put in his last name. There we go. Toby Gerhardt. Oh, projected 11 points. I thought that was going to be sneaky about that. Gerhardt might honestly be. Look at him. He looks like a douche. 1.7% owned, which is less. That means people dropped him. Whatever. With Peterson hurt, who the hell knows? He might be someone worth picking up and just jacking for the week. Maybe 2 weeks. Who the hell knows? So in my leagues that are hurt for running backs, I'm certainly going to take a serious look at him and maybe pick him up. Hell, even in my leagues where I don't really want him, maybe I'll pick him up just to have him so somebody else doesn't get him, and do a little Magic the Gathering hate draft, as the jargon is called. So anyway, as far as this video is concerned, you want to double check your team rules and the playoff rules as far as how you can adjust your team, like how it said with TPX. It mentioned the roster is set, but I don't think it's the roster as a whole. I think you can still make free agent pickups and you can still adjust your bench and your starters to your league schedule or playoff structure. Oh, did I read that wrong? I think I totally read that wrong. I read that as desired changes to your roster somehow, but not the. Okay, that's playoff structure. Okay, well. Anyway, it still would be a really good idea because obviously I know that TPX has a different playoff structure than other leagues as well. So it's still something. So maybe I guess you probably can still do trades mid-playoffs. All right then. So I'm probably retarded in that aspect, but whatever. It's still something that obviously needs to be looked at, as well as evaluating the players you have left and where you think you're going to go with them. I think Fred Jackson got a little dinged up and he's questionable, so CJ Spiller might be worth picking up for the week. He's also one of those fancy guys like McCluster. He's listed as running back or wide receiver, so theoretically he could get running back touches and some occasional receptions from a wide receiver position, so it might be something sneaky to look at. But as far as everything else is concerned, guys, oh my God, some of these leagues I just have it so locked up it's not even funny. It's just a joke. Come on. Yeah. I mean, this dude's on a 4-game win streak, make him 6-5, so nice job. But it's like the only people who have a chance to boot me out of the playoffs are 5-5. Like it's locked up. Number 1 seed is locked up type of deal. Just so much fun. Anyway. I'm at 20 minutes. I wanted to try and keep it a little bit short. I got a lot of stuff to do today, and because of Thanksgiving, I'm not going to be able to make the videos I want during the week that I normally would like to. So that's all for this time, and I would hope and expect that comments are going to pick up, hardcore in these next few and final vids. See, I already picked up Patriots in this league. I was already looking ahead. I can't believe this dude dropped 49ers. I tried to pick him up, and I forgot about it because I was having computer issues. I spent the whole week fixing viruses and garbage, and then the dude who I was playing ended up picking them up. I'm just like, crap. There's like a 20-point swing. Anyway, so that's going to be everything. The next couple weeks are going to be pretty intensive, and go team, go end of season, playoffs. That's right. We are talking about playoffs. Take it easy, guys. Thanks for watching. Peace. I'll let this get to 20 minutes. 59, 20.